Hello, may I be?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Pride, you'll have to unmute yourself again.
Hello, may I be heard?
Yes, sir. You have 2 minutes, Mr. Pride.
Great. Yeah, I'm Theo Pride with the Detroit People's Platform. I just want to use my time to address three very misleading talking points used by the developer in the city to justify using public monies to build the luxury housing of the Fisher redevelopment. One, that blight is a community benefit in and of itself. Not too long ago, our federal government sponsored a national project of blight removal called, you may have heard of it, Urban Renewal, that destroyed and uprooted entire Black neighborhoods like Black Bottom in favor of profit. Removing blight and saving buildings without protecting real human beings is not a benefit. It is a travesty, as history has already taught us. Second, that luxury housing like the Fisher Lofts somehow lowers rent for low-income renters. In what universe? On its face, this is an absurd statement. Gentrification is real. It is happening right now in Detroit, which numerous studies show. And if luxury housing does make housing more affordable for low-income residents, it is not in the neighborhood where it's being built, so they have to leave. And if it is in that neighborhood, it takes many, many years to occur. And by that time, the original residents are long gone. Lastly, the infamous but-for rule, that development simply cannot occur in Detroit unless the city provides public monies to fill financing gaps due to extra costs of doing business in Detroit versus the suburbs. Tax incentives have been in Detroit since the 1970s, where was all this luxury development in the 1980s and the 90s. Fact is, developers have spent years divesting from Detroit and investing in suburbs, and now suburban markets are saturated, and Detroit is not. Development is coming here because there is money to be made, and the tax giveaway just make the pot of money to be made much bigger for developers. World-renowned urbanists like George Gaster from Wayne State, Neil Smith, the rent gap theory, and numerous studies show this to be the case. In closing, I'd like to say we have a serious housing crisis in Detroit, and any public dollar going.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Any other public comments?
Let me take a look, Mr. Chair. If there is anyone else for public comment, please raise your hand. I see no other further. Wait, do we? Oh, okay. So we do have another person.
Yeah, who is that?
Yep, okay.
Mr. Reynard, I'm not going to mess your last name up. You have 2 minutes.
Good afternoon. Can I be heard?
Yes. Your time is starting now.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Renard Mashensky. I am a resident of the city of Detroit and also staff member of Detroit People's Platform. Just wanted to continue to iterate our message that public subsidies for luxury developments and apartments are not justified, especially when we have a housing crisis and renting crisis as well. Prices are going up across the country, and Detroiters, due to our income levels, are feeling it the worst. And what these projects tend to do is actually displace long-term Detroiters. And the idea of bringing in higher income folks from outside of the city into these luxury apartments, and part of my tax dollars are financing that, I think that's egregious, considering that there's a lot of private bank financing out there that these developers can use. They can do what capitalists did old-fashioned way, borrow from the private market. But now there's this game where Detroit is looked at as a place to juice the city out of tax abatements and financing for something that I can't even afford, and many Detroiters can't even afford. So that's my message. Thank you for the time to speak.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chair, we have the developer, Mr. Richard Posey, who would like to speak.
Okay, regarding which project? Is he speaking on a project or?
I'm sorry, the developer for Fisher Body Redevelopment.
Okay. Mr. Halsey, we're not using this public comment period for a platform of rebuttal.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay.
I appreciate
your case has been heard, it's been approved, and so I think we should move on from that. If you have anything in addition that you would like to state other than, again, going back and forth, this is not the platform for that.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, we are at adjournment. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
everyone.
to see everyone.
You too.
Recording stopped.
They stopped and put us off. That's all.
I do, and I respect that. Yeah.